Okay, this is take 2. I don't normally do editing, but we're going to do it anyway for this one. Okay, we're now the 21st of January 2017. We're now 5 days, or 5 mornings away from 4 years anniversary post-op. Do you know what post-op means? Well, if you don't, that means the day you are reborn, rebirth, reconfigured, corrected, gender assignment, you know. So in other words, it's the day your penis gets taken off, not taken away, it's wrong. That's when your penis is reconstructed into what it should have been to match your brain and how you feel from when you were born. Alright, simple as that. And mine was January the 26th, 2013, and it was performed by Dr. Serang from Serang Clinic, and it was performed in the hospital by the name of Piervat Hospital in Bangkok, Thailand. Right, covered that one. That was quick, wasn't it? But my transition itself has many facets to it. I mean, I originally started to do transition back in the beginning of 90s, and I was going to do it very privately and away from everybody and not tell anybody, and then just come back and say hello, you know. But that didn't happen. That was plan A. So then plan B was put on the burner, and it was unknown when it was really going to happen, but it was going to happen before I was going to be 50 years of age, that's for sure. That was going to happen. So then life went off, and gender dysphoria, I have battled all those years personally, and knew of it and had accepted advice before from a therapist. And anyway, so I battled gender dysphoria for many years later, for nearly 20 years basically. No, not 20 years, but I battled it for many years and more, and it got to a point where it was just too much. I mean, you know, you can keep something hidden from people for so long, and it just gets a heavy burden within yourself trying to hide that subject or that thing, or, you know. So in my case, I had one secret in my life, and because I don't believe in keeping secrets, because if you have secrets, you give people power, because people find out what that secret is and they'll use that secret against you. In my case, the only secret I ever kept and battled to keep was my gender dysphoria, as it's called, which is commonly known as transgender person. Disgusting habit, the hardest one to stop. But who cares? Okay, it's rude smoking, but too bad in case you get the, you know, do-gooder. But like I said, it's a video. So it's been coming up to 4 years, and I've been very happy with my vagina. I've been very happy with the surgery. I might have had complications, but that part can be part of my own body for those complications. But in general, I've been quite happy and accepting to how it all been. And it works. It was a great $8,000 investment. I paid out more money for a piece which hasn't worked as good. Okay, so that's 4 years. It's been 6 years now when I started my transition. I made the choice to go forward, and that's really the only time you make a choice is when you actually go forward. It's not a choice if you are transgender. It's not a choice. The only choice is when do you transition. That's the only choice you get. So I started the transition, setting it all up November the 10th, 2010, and by February 2011, February 6th, I think it's correctly, or was it the 1st? Anyway, it's on the pill packet. So I kept it. challenging to be regular maintaining them. So I took the oral version, which is oral in case people don't know, is pills of hormones. I did that for 26 months, taking the month off prior to surgery. And I think that tallied up in the value of around about 4,800 odd pills in that time period. Quite an astronomical amount. You wouldn't think it would be, but that's what it breaks down to. At that point then, because it was 27 months, I no longer needed to take the T blockers, so I didn't need to take any more androgen or Andica or spirolactin. That stopped straight after surgery because they take away your testicles. So 27 month I was still taking oral, but the oral weren't working anymore. The body had been had treated them basically as a neutral product in a sense. It was just processing them through and it wasn't absorbing it. So then I had to go to an implant, and the implant, as soon as I took the implant, got the implant in, it was like within weeks, just the body and things just changed. It was like a new glow to it all. So that's been good, and that's been a year they've replaced them. And they usually surgically implant that just under the subdermal level. You can find a video in my YouTube on that one. And it's cost me about $190 a year, and that lasts me for a year. What else can I tell you? What I can tell you, my own personal preference is that I'm not into day surgeries. Day surgeries are too taxing on the body, and that's part of my, it was one of my problems, was day surgery. I should not have done a day surgery thing. I should have done proper surgery, one of my procedures. But because of that procedure, and it did cause a lot of flack and problems with people, but hey, when you're sick and help and you're screaming, you're nearly dying, you've got no choice but to do what you need to do to get the right things happening, and you'll go to any means and any method. And that's just me. If I've got a problem, I've got to solve it. I'll solve it any way I have to. So my point is that if you are under a hormonal implant or whatever, or you're taking hormones, be careful if you get a major infection or a problem like that, because you may need to adjust your hormones, because your hormones can go spastic when you have an infection. Don't ask me why, it's just a thing which happens. What else can I tell you which may help? Anyway, one of the most important parts of doing transitions, you've got to love yourself. I mean, you can sit there in a mirror with makeup on, you can sit there in a mirror with all pretty clothes on, you can go, ooh, yeah. That's not the point. You've got to love yourself without the shit. If you can't love yourself without that makeup and without all those clothes on, then you're not going to be happy afterwards, because you're not always going to go in wearing makeup. You're not just going to be wearing those pretty dresses. So you've got to love yourself, who you are, and then when you do wear those other things, it adds that extra glow to your personality. Or people will just get an extra shock. So it's it's part of it. Loving yourself, accepting yourself if you're going to transition, because if you can't accept and love yourself who you are now, you are not going to be able to do it later. You'll seek a lot of help. You'll go for antidepressant tablets or anxiety tablets, all those type of things. You'll end up in the pharmaceutical merry-go-round, and you'll be in the psychiatric merry-go-round with some psychiatric doctor keep prescribing these things you pay on them. So get over it now. Get to grips with it now. Get it together now if you're going to do it, and then you'll proceed in a very happy format, and you'll be stronger for it. I mean, it's quite easy to take a pill for something, but not necessarily the pill is good for you, right? It may not help you mentally, it may not help you physically, because I don't take pills. So, yeah. Transition, your body will change depending on how old you are. The younger you are, the more progressive you will change quicker within your body. The more dramatic the changes can be too within the body. because the body doesn't progress down a predetermined track, and it's able to be intervened. Because some transgender girls, their genes aren't, they've got the female gene really prominent in their DNA makeup, in a sense. Their body just naturally progresses into looking feminine, but with some male traits. And then other girls don't get that, and not so lucky, because they have to go through progressive life, and they go through male puberty. And male puberty can be quite wrecking upon a body which is meant to be female. It can really modify it quite dramatically, and it can be a hiccup or a hindrance to that person transition. So what I'm basically saying is, if you are a mother or a father out there, or an auntie or an uncle, and you know that your friend, your daughter, your aunt, your niece, your nephew, your brother, your husband, your sister, or whatever is transgender, support them. You don't just sit there and wipe their ass. You can just support them. Just say, hey, listen, I understand these things in some point, and accept it, and just let them get on with their life, and just treat them exactly the same way you did treat them all, but just accept it, and the word is accept their gender choice, accept their gender name. Don't try and use it as some hero trip, because it doesn't work. It causes barriers, and they might not be sweet and soft. They may be like Auntie Gabby, and it might be painful. Pain's not nice. Well, there's a fine line between pleasure and pain, but it depends on what pain's given for. So what I'm saying is, it's now 4 years post-op with vagina, and I'm happy. And it was one of the best choices I made in life. I should have done a lot earlier in life. There's regret not doing it earlier in life, but then on the other hand, reflection teaches me that, all the events that could have happened in my life prior wouldn't have happened if I had transitioned a lot earlier. So, destiny was destiny. It was meant to be happening when it was happening, and it happened as it did. So, Australia Day, 2017, January 26th, will be 4 years as a complete whole woman, and it's grateful water, no alcohol, today anyway, because it's only the 21st today, but 26th will be alcohol. So anyway, be strong, stay true to yourself. Don't be afraid to ask a question if you want from me. I don't have a problem answering any. If you're one of the 1,400,000 people who have watched my vagina video of Dr. Seren unpacking me, I'd like to thank you very much. Have a great evening. Have a great day. Wherever you are in the world. This is Gabrielle Janice Wissel saying, I love you all. 4 years happiness post-op. Thanks, Dr. Seren. I still love you, mate. Shit happens.